At long last, the Benns have finally got a win. Conor Benn this morning, exceptional work. I did not see that coming. If you were to tell anybody that Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Benn, the rematch, was going to be a technical boxing match where the better technical fighter is going to win it on a decision, I think everybody would have went, oh, well, Chris Eubank's got it. To say that Conor Benn's gone in there, smacked him around for 12 rounds. You could barely pick a round to give Eubank. I reckon maybe the third, maybe the eighth. Everything else was Conor Benn. And those two rounds that you might give Eubank were probably based on the last 30 seconds because a few times he tried to snatch the round. I can't believe what Conor Benn did today. I know Chris Eubank was poor, right? It was very poor. I don't know what happened in camp. I don't know what happened with the weight. I don't know what happened with his age. I don't know what factor played the part of Eubank stinking the place out. But I feel like a lot was focused on that, and not a lot was focused on just how good Conor Benn looked. Conor Benn was exceptional. The game plan, the tactics, the fact that he switched it up from going from a brawling type fight in the first one, come in here and just outbox Eubank. The jab to the body and that up jab to the head killed Eubank from start to finish. The work even to the body and to the head of power shots was exceptional. Didn't get too, you know, excited. He threw them when he needed to. Some of them missed, but lots of them landed compared to the first one where he just sort of threw everything into everything. He was a lot more composed, a lot more just a well-rounded boxer, and I think that speaks to the level of performance that he put in today. It was exceptional. It was what we expect to see Chris Eubank Jr. do, and it was Conor Benn who did it. I mean, there's going to be a lot said about Chris Eubank Jr. I know that because it was awful performance, but I want people to praise how well Conor Benn fought today. No one thought Conor Benn could do that today. No one thought it. All right. If you can get me a clip of somebody saying that before the fight, I'd be fucking astonished because nobody said before the fight Conor Benn's going to go out there and for 12 rounds straight outbox Eubank and just make him look like a B class fighter. Like Conor Benn was exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. I guess the bigger question is if that went one more round, does Conor Benn get him? If that went another minute, I think Conor Benn gets him out of there. The fact that after 12 rounds of exceptional boxing, I don't even think he did anything too drastically different in that 12th round to drop him. I think it was just the continuous world class boxing that Conor Benn threw up that eventually landed a clean right hand, dropped him once, gets back up again, stayed composed, didn't get too excited, found the opening, and then dropped him again. Fortunately for him, there was only 15 seconds left on the clock, not enough time to get him out of there. But like I said, I think if that went another minute, he would have got it out of there. I think I gave Chris Eubank Jr. 2 rounds. I think that's all you can do it. The judges gave it. I don't even know what the scorecards were in the end. I've got it written it down somewhere, but they were like 119 to 108, 116 to 110, and 118 to 107, something like that. You can just, it was just a masterclass by the Ben. I'm very happy for the Bens. I think it's made this sort of fight, this family feud, even more special now that it's 2-1-1, two to Eubanks, one draw, one to the Bens, and I couldn't be more happy for Conor. You guys know that I'm a big Conor Ben fan. Not as big on Chris Eubank Jr., but I still respect him for what he's done. The first fight was magnificent. This one here, I don't think it was a magnificent fight. I think Conor Ben fought magnificently. I thought it was just world class. And my question now is, where does Conor Ben go? He was speaking that he's had enough of Chris Eubank Jr. He wants to drop down 147 WBC welterweight belt against Mario Barrios. If that's not able to be happening, he's looking at Garcia, he's looking at Haney, he's looking at Rowley. I love all those options. My question is, how does he fall down to that weight? He looked big, bro. Like the fact that he was fighting Chris Eubank Jr. and he looked the bigger fighter. I don't know how he gets to 147. I guess, he could probably starve himself down to 147, there's no doubt, but will the performance be there? Are we looking at someone that might be better suited at 154? I know there's fucking killers at 154, but if he can get to 147, he gets a belt. If he goes to 147, he gets a belt. What I saw today was special. I thought it was exceptional, exceptional, exceptional. If you now look at the two fights, you're probably saying that Chris Eubank Jr. after 24 rounds won 8 rounds, and all the rest went to Conor Benn. And I think that speaks massively to maybe how much Conor Benn's grown, the fighter that he's going to become. You compare the two fights and say the first one he was so close to winning, the second one he wins by a landslide. Whether that's because Chris Eubank Jr. was so poor today, but I think a lot comes down to how well Conor Benn fought, his game plan, what Tony Sims has done with him, his strength and conditioning. Everything was exceptional by Conor Benn. What a win! Honestly, just I think Chris Eubank Jr. wants to go again. From what I heard in the press, he said, "Go back, think things over. If it happens, it happens. If not, it not." I think he'll want it back. I think Conor Benn's content with it 1-1. Not because he can't go and beat him a third time. I think it's because he knows he can go get a belt. He's got that monkey off his shoulder. The Benns have got their win. I think he's going to move on to bigger and better things. And like I said, I think Conor Benn at 147 wins a belt. 154 is a bit tougher. 154 is a bit tougher, but if he fought the way he did today, there's no reason he can't. I don't see him getting any worse. He's only 29. He's going to get better and better and better. We looked at Chris Eubank Jr. and said he's going to be better this time. He's got Mack in his corner. He's got the win in the first fight. He will improve. He will fight better the second time. And it wasn't that case. It was Conor Benn who fought the better fight. And like I said, I couldn't be more happy for him. I am a big Conor Benn fan. I said he was going to get the round 5 knockout. Didn't get it. But a landslide victory is a landslide victory. And you can't say it was a lucky shot. You can't say anything. It was a clinical performance. Shame he didn't get the finish in the end. I think that would have just capped off the perfect night. But Benn will not be complaining. You saw the emotions on Conor Benn, Nigel Benn, and his mother Caroline at the end, how much it meant to them. So yeah, big night for Conor Benn. I will make a longer reaction video probably later tonight. For me in Australia, it'll be later tonight. It should come out in the morning for the English. So look out for that. We'll talk about all the fights on the card, but Conor Benn, your name is going to be in the headlines, and you deserve it because I thought that performance tonight was exceptional.